Oh, baby, baby, baby. What a week in professional wrestling it has been. We've had title changes galore. And if you haven't been able to keep up with all the madness, well, don't you worry. The boys here at Off the Mat have got you covered. Welcome to another episode of Off the Mat. I am Matt. With me, as always, we got Dirty Dom Tober, the dirtiest player in the game. Dom, how are you doing this week?
First things first. I like to pay respect due to you.
Oh, I mean,
I tip my cap, my make-believe. Well, I have no cap on me, but make-believe cap off, this and that. You called it, and I was determined.
I don't like to say I told you so, but
I know,
I
but
told you so.
But you know what? The whole thing is that is kind of crazy how they did that. And you know what's funny? When the night began,
Sami Zayn is no longer the WWE Champion.
But the funny thing is, when that first started, when the night first started, and we knew that was going to happen. Oh, going to get somebody? I said, he goes, I'll get a match somewhere fall out of the sky.
It was so telegraphed, man. And that's where we're going to start tonight. We're going to start with the 9-day title reign of Sami Zayn and CM Punk's return to be crowned WWE Champion in Chicago, giving us a complete, just replay of him winning the title there against John Cena, full on with the kiss goodbye, putting the title in the refrigerator. 9 days. I told you, Sami Zayn, WWE does not view Sami Zayn as a draw. There was no way they were going to go into their second biggest show of the year in SummerSlam and have with Sami Zayn as the champion. He doesn't sell tickets. His name on the marquee is not a big money name. It's not a title mover.
But the fact is, they have to friggin' do a needle mover, because all these guys that are in the back, you can't just have select few that put friggin' asses in seats. You got to make stars out of other people. They hold people back. It's unfortunate, but this is the MO of the WWE. They hold people back on opportunities. The women's division, the men's division, every division they friggin' have. It's absurd. We all know you have the legends of John Cena. You got CM Punk. You got The Rock. You got Stone Cold. But I actually think in the Attitude Era, we had more people that put asses in seats when the belt changed hands. If it was Chris Jericho, if it was The Undertaker, if it was The Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind. But why can't this be now? Why can't we get other players to really move that needle and put asses in seats?
Because everybody that can do that has either been asked to take a pay cut or released. And we're going to talk about Sheamus later, but we saw with Sheamus on Sunday, we pretty much got a good glimpse of what TKO is going to do with aging veterans now. And the other part, too, is that in the Attitude Era, we talk about this ad nauseum. I feel like the Attitude Era, what was prevalent that's not now? Your mid-card scene. So I don't think it was that there was a lot of guys, because really the Attitude Era, who are your top guys? Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Chris Benoit. Those were your top guys, your Triple H's, your Shawn Michaels. But at the same time, your mid-card was very prevalent and established. So your mid-card could carry a show to where your main title picture didn't have to carry as much. We don't have that now. Right now, our mid-card is essentially non-existent. What's that?
The tag team division in the Attitude Era was awesome.
Yeah. Yes, the New Age Outlaws, the Road Warriors,
Hardy Boys,
the Hardys,
Boys,
the Dudleys, the Edge and Christian. Yeah, you had tag teams.
You did.
Your other divisions were strong, so your title picture, it wasn't as noticeable that you have the same revolving names around that main card. And now it's way more noticeable that you have all these same names are just circling and revolving around your main title picture, because that's all you care about. You don't give two shits about your mid card. We see that every week, because how many times has Penta defended the title? How many times has Trick Williams? Trick Williams hasn't defended the title except against Ricky Saints. So your mid card title, there's nothing there. So you're not building feuds. You're not building feuds that you need to build.
You're not, because you're just trying to make generic stories from AI to try to get a story thing going, which makes no sense half the stories. And look, let me tell you, like I said, I understand it's a business like everything else. You want to make money. You're looking for the top dollar. You're looking for the cheapest way, the cheapest cost to make top dollar, so you could bank and make money. It's unfortunate that aging wrestlers are now on their way out. So you can rest assured that AEW will definitely be the destination spot to a lot of these aging stars from WWE when they do leave and their contracts run out.
But they can't be either, because AEW can't continue to have this reputation of being an AEW or a WWE like send off or retirement home, because that's what it is. Like, you can't have all these WWE guys going into AEW and taking time away from what makes AEW and the talent they already have there. Like, you got Sheamus, and really, yeah, there's some interesting matches there with Sheamus, but what, you want to see Sheamus versus Edge again?
I think
Sheamus was Edge's last match.
And he'll wind up forming a tag team with
yeah, he's gonna go start the bar again with Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah. And look, this is my thing. I understand that you want younger stars, but what paves the way for the younger stars to mature is these veterans that actually make these younger stars propel to stardom if they become superstars. We don't even know if they are going to become superstars. Every time, look, Seth Rollins was right when he talked to friggin' Roman Reigns 2 weeks ago and says, we were the generation that came in, that paved the way after the last generation, and we made our mark. Now we have a newer generation coming in, and how much longer do we have? And it's true. How much longer do they have as aging stars? Everybody's basically in their 40s. Cody just turned 41.
How much longer do they have, or how much longer is it until TKO pushes them out?
Exactly, until TK pushes them out. If they look now, like AJ Styles, he could have kept going. I think there was more to that story, him retiring, than anything else, because they're probably going to push him out.
No, I fully believe AJ retiring is what AJ said, is that I think he wanted to retire to go coach his kid, and that he wanted to get out before he embarrassed himself, and before he couldn't go, and he felt like he embarrassed himself. And he had that, it escapes me which one pay-per-view he had that botch where he tried to go for that phenomenal forearm and he botched it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that had a big play in it, because I kind of start to feel like maybe he had this thought in his mind that, oh no, I messed that up. Maybe I'm losing a step. I don't know how much longer I can do this. So he was quick to want to retire and pull the trigger on retirement at that point. And he was just like, all right, well, it's time for me to get out of here, when he still had a long time left. And I still think he's got a lot of gas in the tank, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out into the tag team match with his kid. His kid is, from what I heard, I think his kid's going to GCW, something like that. So
yeah, she's going to his debut's coming up.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out of retirement for a match for his kid, tag match or something like that. But let's talk Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Let's talk CM Punk. And let's talk just how crazy the IWC is. What's up with the comparisons of CM Punk to Hulk Hogan and The Rock now? Just because CM Punk came back and won the title. This was always going to happen, no matter who it was.
We knew this was going to happen. Well, we knew that something. We didn't know that Cody Rhodes was going to get knocked out by Gunther and not able to participate in the match. Once that happened, you knew the floodgates were open for CM Punk to come back and CM Punk to fight Sami Zayn, which I'm going to talk about a couple of things a little bit later about the.
Well, you knew the floodgates were open for that before that even happened, because we've been talking about it for a week now. I told you last week that Sami Zayn that this was going to happen.
I knew this was going to happen. We didn't know that the CM Punk. I thought that CM Punk was going to cost Cody Rhodes the title. I thought that Cody Rhodes was going to do something that wasn't Cody Rhodes-ish. and CM Punk was going to call him out on it, and then it was going to cost him the match, and then cause the feud between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
They had to because Triple H is all about booking for the moment. Last week when Cody Rhodes beat Jey Uso in that number one contenders match, they had so many dislikes. They had to pivot, and their pivot was, okay, well, we put the belt back on Cody after 9 days, and people go absolutely ape shit and trash us and throw a fit online, or we pivot and we put the belt on Punk. We still get the same result we want with those two in the main event at SummerSlam. And now I'm on board with you now from what you said last week, that I think maybe with the way they did it, it's going to more so be a triple threat match. Yeah. But it's given them the same result they wanted, just a different person carrying the championship.
And look, this is my thing. I totally think that that I know that they're scared there in creative, that they're worried about the dislikes and worried about what the fandom is gonna think. Yes, hometown, and wasn't me, or I just wasn't seeing the crowd. Was the crowd loud enough for CM Punk, or it was below the standards of what?
Oh, dude, I thought they were rocking.
So they were rocking, but they
were loud all night long with the CM Punk chants. Like the minute Cody got attacked, it started, and it never let up all night long.
Well, as soon as Seth Rollins came out, that the chants were coming. It was like every time somebody came out, the chants of CM Punk. I understand that, but I thought it maybe was a little lower than expectations of the sound,
But I feel like Rollins cut an absolute horse turd of a promo there too, and LA Knight saved his ass.
I know. LA Knight was great. Brother, let's get the same haircut, brother, and let's get the same beards, brother. Listen, you got to give this man a freaking goddamn opportunity to win something, man. He is definitely. His promos are becoming good, really great, and he's coming out. And I know it's going to be a freaking Solo Sikoa and freaking LA Knight versus the Usos. That's what's aiming for SummerSlam. That's basically going to be the match there. Yep. But you got to give this guy his just desserts, man.
And people need to stop. Like, yeah, Sami had a 9-day title run, but what you're not seeing is that now forevermore, Sami Zayn goes down in the history books as a WWE champion. If you're in WWE and you want to go down in the history books as a WWE champion, if Triple H comes to you and says, hey, look, we're going to book you for a short title reign. All right, you're going to be a transitional champion, but you're going to get the title. We're going to give you a moment. Are you going to tell him no? Of course not. No. You're going to say, okay, sweet, thanks. And I feel like if we weren't heading into SummerSlam, like if the next pay-per-view was maybe Money in the Bank, or if the next pay-per-view was Survivor Series or WrestlePalooza or anything like that, maybe Sami Zayn keeps that belt for a little bit longer. But they don't see Sami Zayn as a big seller on the marquee.
Let me ask you a
I'm
question.
not going to sit here and say Triple H is mad at Sami Zayn. Triple H doesn't believe in Sami Zayn. They don't see value in Sami Zayn. That's not it. It's just people aren't going to pay money to see Sami Zayn as the WWE champion.
But let me ask you an important question now.
Sure.
Do we have Sami winning the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year and winning a championship again in the near future?
Yes, but I'll tell you who it's going to be against. Kevin Owens.
Yes.
I really think that
Kevin Owens is coming back.
WWE knows where Kevin Owens is. They know Kevin Owens is coming back. I think we're going to get Kevin Owens versus CM Punk at, I would say, a Royal Rumble. I think maybe we get Kevin Owens versus CM Punk at Royal Rumble. I think maybe Kevin Owens beats CM Punk if Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, and then we're going to get Sami versus Kevin in Saudi Arabia for the WWE Championship. I could see it happening. If not, then I think that gets pushed and we get CM Punk versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I could see it plain as day. I think that's WWE's next move is Kevin Owens versus after we're done with CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. That's their next move is going to be Kevin Owens versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the summer of Punk. They released Punk's schedule. He's like every house show from now until SummerSlam. He is on.
You know what? Funny. We also have Saturday Night Main Event the day before I leave for San Diego. I leave for San Diego on the 19th. The 18th is the in Madison Square Garden, which will probably have a match: Cody versus Gunther. It's probably a match. You know why? Because Cody's going to go after Gunther for making him lose his thing, and Cody will beat Gunther. You know why? Nick Aldis, and that's how we'll get the Nick Aldis and Gunther SummerSlam feud match.
Well, that's why I say Cody. That's why I say we're going to get a triple threat match.
Yeah,
WWE Champion, because Sammy has a bunch of he has a bunch of good valid points that he can use because one, Nick Aldis is supposed to be suspended, so therefore he should not be making matches. Yeah. So Adam Pearce decides now I'm going to book the WWE Championship on Raw in Chicago instead of SmackDown. And then Nick Aldis comes out of nowhere and decides, well, I'm going to make this match and call CM Punk and have Punk. And he can't do that. He's got no powers. But you know what's funny? Doing both.
You know what's funny? It's Nick Aldis who is the GM of SmackDown making the call to CM Punk. So that solidifies CM Punk being on SmackDown.
And that's exactly what Raw was. It was 100% a reason to put the title on CM Punk to get him on SmackDown.
Yep.
And he's but that one move just made SmackDown much must see.
Exactly.
For 2 hours, everyone's going to tune into SmackDown for CM Punk. WWE is essentially doing what AEW tried to do with CM Punk when they tried to give him Collision on Fridays. They're moving him to SmackDown, and SmackDown's going to be his show. That plain and simple. It's going to be the CM Punk, Sami Zayn Power Hour with Cody Rhodes sprinkled in there. And I mean, you're getting good. There's good feuds for Punk on SmackDown too.
No, there is. There definitely is. You see him. You got definitely CM Punk. You have Pepsi Phil. You have freaking Danhausen coming out, calling Pepsi Phil.
Yeah,
doing a lot of things. But you also, like I said, you definitely have the some good matches definitely in store for CM Punk.
How do you like the tease of Enzo Amore and Big Cass coming back that we got from Danhausen? On SmackDown when he's on the phone and he says he's got friends in New York and they're real.
Yes.
If that doesn't scream a hint to Enzo and Big Cass, I don't know what does.
Look, you know what's funny? I was actually watching some watching and reading something from the IWC. I was watching something about the tag teams. They're looking to sign these tag team these
from Australia.
Yeah, from Australia. And they want to build a tag team. If you want to build a tag team, why aren't the Creed brothers on? Why you have tag teams that you choose not to use them, which makes no sense. But you want to sign another tag team to bring them and have them, to try to build up the tag team division. You have tag teams. Instead of making R-Truth and
why let the Motor City Machine Guns go?
Exactly. So obviously you messed up. You messed up letting the Motor City Machine Guns go. You broke up Ciampa and what's his name?
Gargano.
Gargano.
Now you got Gargano laying comatose in the background. He's just going to be a vegetable until the day his contract is up.
Dude, I saw the video. I sent you the video with him at FanFest taking pictures playing. It's so stupid.
That's what I showed that to my wife. I go, how pissed off would you be if you paid all this money to go to Fanatics Fest and all this money to get picture with this dude and he's just laying on a table?
It's stupid. And
then you wonder why the product is such shit. And WWE's like, we don't give a fuck. You assholes will come pay for this because you literally got assholes out there paying for a picture of a dude laying on a table.
I'll plank.
Yeah, fucking come pay me $40 a photo. I'll lay on a fucking table for you.
But see, and
I'll even do it face down, ass up.
And that's why I laugh at the fact that You want to build your tag team division up, and you're doing that. But anyway, like I said, but they have to really sit back and really readjust a lot of the ideas that they have, because there's a lot of stuff that definitely is clicking and not clicking, and I think there's a lot more not clicking. And you're letting people go, like you're letting Sheamus go because you wanted to take a pay cut. Of course, he's going to refuse. You know, he's got injuries, man. He needs that money, and that money, you want to definitely have that money locked in. So you have a contract. Hey, look, like I said, you try to make moves. CM Punk is now the champion, going to SmackDown. So you build around him. You try to make the product better than what it is. And to be honest with you, I'll be honest. I thought Raw was pretty good. Was it great? No. Last week's SmackDown, SmackDown is horseshit, if you really think about it.
100% horseshit.
You definitely have to build up better feuds, better ideas and storytelling. So, hey, the first step, you're bringing CM Punk. Now you're going to have the story with Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. You have Gunther in there, Nickel. So wait till McIntyre comes back. McIntyre will be smacked dead into that feud and that whole thing too. Wait till Randy comes back. Now you're really talking.
I don't give a shit about Randy anymore, man. That dude can't stay healthy. Like, I love Randy, but he just, dude, you're gone. You come back, you wrestle a couple matches, you get injured, you haven't been seen since WrestleMania. Nobody knows what's going on with you. It's just time, man. And that's kind of what my first thought about Sheamus is when it announced that he walked away. Is I put out a video and I was like, well, is it the contract dispute? Is it, no creative direction? Or is it really, I know he said he wants to go till the wheels fall off, or is it just that he's beaten up and, he just got married not that long ago and maybe he's looking at starting a family and he's trying to pay attention to the wear and tear he's putting on his body, and he's like, you know what, I just don't, for a 50% pay cut, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to, it's not worth it to me. So he's walking away and going to go check his options other places. And I hope he does. But yeah, I don't hate the Sami move. Like, I hate how predictable it was. I hate, like I sat here and told you last week, they're not letting Sami get to SummerSlam with that title. They're going to take that title off Sami. And at that time, I thought they were going to give it to Cody. And then you telegraph it. You couldn't even hide it, dude. Like, it was the worst kept secret ever. You knew the minute Cody got attacked, who was going to take over for him and who's going to come out. And the minute Nick Aldis was like, oh, can't get anybody on the phone, huh? Well, I made a phone call and I got somebody and he's in the building. And then they do this shot.
I know. Him outside the garage.
Yeah, coming out the garage with being backlit like he's Obafemi, with the garage door coming up, and he literally looked like my toddler walking out of her room to tell me she just threw up. That's what it looked like as he comes sauntering from the parking lot through the arena, through Gorilla, and fucking jacked, dude. He was jacked. Like, you had all those people questioning those photos of him online. Dude is probably the biggest I've seen him ever.
Right? And he looks like he's healthy. He let his hair grow out too. His hair is like freaking coming down. It's like the old CM Punk, if you really think about it, but bigger.
Yeah, he looks like no days off. Yeah, he might have not been showing up to Raw or SmackDown, but he looks like he was in the gym and he was eating good and he was putting on good size.
Yeah.
Because he looks absolutely jacked.
You get the right trainers, you eat good, get the right menu to eat, you can work wonders with the body.
The only critique I have is that maybe he needs to work a little bit on his haluva kick, because his haluva kick was a little sloppy that he hit Sami Zayn with. And I like watching all the after Raw went off the air stuff where he's talking to a bunch of little kids taunting him, and then he goes up and hugs them, and then some guy's like, I met you 10 years ago and you were an asshole. And Punk was like, oh, all right, yeah, probably because you're an asshole, and then walked away from him. It's just Punk being Punk, man.
I'm happy for CM Punk that he won. He got it now. and he'll hold the belt for God knows how long. Maybe into Survivor Series. When
I honestly think he's going to either going to Rumble next year or maybe all the way to Mania. He's going to have a lengthy title run because SmackDown has nothing, and nobody wants to see Cody Rhodes back in that title picture. And we're going to talk about Cody Rhodes. We're going to talk about Cody Rhodes in our top rope takes. So we'll get into that.
And look, like I say, and now, like I said, with the brand split, the brands is not split anymore. You can have multiple things happen, angles going back and forth. You get the bloodline on one side, which is actually trickling down into SmackDown because you got Solo Sikoa with the whole situation there, and then you got the Vision going on, which we'll talk about.
Break that group up. Group up. If the most interesting thing you have going is a heel Maxine Dupree, break that group up.
Listen,
and people aren't even talking about Maxine coming out and doing what she did. They're talking about her having a kayfabe fucking kiss.
Yeah, and they're talking about her husband all upset.
Yeah, like
he just got married.
They're actors, man. Have you never seen an actor act in a movie and kiss someone else? Come on, dude.
No, but you know what? Brad Pitt left Jennifer Aniston for freaking goddamn Angelina Jolie.
Well,
because,
well, that's an upgrade.
I know, but I'm just saying. But that's what happens. Sometimes it happens.
Honest, like I like Jennifer Aniston, but she kind of just has one of those faces where she looks like she might be a Karen in real life. But Angelina, she looks like she's more reserved, and I bet you Angelina was probably a freak.
She was with Billy Bob Thornton, dude. She was with Billy Bob Thornton, so she was a freak. Anyway,
freak.
So, but my thing is that I know people were complaining about that. I see more friggin' memes with her husband than anything else. But you know what? Maxine Dupree, heel. I might like that. A little bit. If the badass woman come out and do her thing.
We'll have to see. I have a feeling it's going to turn into Tozawa versus Tozawa and Otis versus the Vision
for a little bit, yeah. And then it's gonna bring in friggin' what's his name? Oh Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm drawing a blank. Americano. What's his name?
El Grande Americano?
Yeah.
Ludwig Kaiser?
No.
Oh, Chad Gable?
Chad Gable. I'm sorry, I can't even freaking think of Chad Gable. I'm freaking I'm losing my mind. Chad Gable's gonna wind up having some fights with the Vision. That's gonna happen next. But hey, look,
he's winning that gauntlet match, or he's winning that match next week to be the number one
contender. It's gonna come down to him and Ethan Page.
IC title.
Him and Ethan Page are gonna fight, and he's gonna win the IC title. He's gonna because they're gonna give it to Chad Gable because he deserves it because he missed out on the opportunities when Gunther had it. So they're gonna give it to him. They're gonna finish that story off, and then you're gonna have the rivalry between him and Ethan Page. Ethan Page is eventually gonna win it down the road.
Projectile him to the main event picture too. Like Chad Gable showed you with the Max versus Mask, El Grande Americano something. If you give him something, he can run with it. He needs to be up there going against Roman Reigns, up there in that main event picture for sure. After a nice little IC title run, I think.
And look, if that's an indication how good the storyline is, you see Damian Priest is now part of AAA now, which that he's there and is going to make him a bigger star. And look, let me tell you something. One thing about AAA is wild because, dude, they love their wrestlers, and they're very passionate. And so, if you put in a good storyline, so that means that I think eventually Damian Priest is going to lose the belt. I know that AAA is not connected to the overall picture, but I think there is some connections that are going to be in the main.
That's roster. A lot of travel too, man. To go from wherever SmackDown is Friday night to flying to wherever AAA is Saturday night. That's a lot of travel.
That is a lot of travel.
But I think too, his girlfriend Lola Vice is pulling double duty. So WWE likes to try and keep those couples together. So it makes sense to have him pull double duty like that. And he is Puerto Rican, so he kind of fits the mold. And Undertaker likes him. I think Undertaker will do great things with him.
Yeah.
The AAA product is very exciting right now. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And obviously they're showing people that airing your product on Netflix, or not Netflix, on YouTube is lucrative and can draw, because now we're hearing that House of Glory, who was on Triller TV, is now their next big pay-per-view is going to be on YouTube, and they're talking about doing more of their pay-per-views on YouTube. So AAA is drawing people on YouTube, and I think other promotions are seeing that.
Well, you gotta see this. YouTube is big because the influencers on YouTube, and the people who promote a lot of stuff, like the the Logan Pauls and stuff like that, that actually made YouTube a platform. If you really think about it, So, like I said, AAA is getting exciting because they're mixing up wrestlers and bringing all these different elements into the fold, which I actually like. Will I start watching more AAA? Yeah, of course, because AAA looks like it's going to be exciting. So we'll see. Probably, but anyway, back to the whole Sami thing and CM Punk thing. It's going to be interesting. Like 9 days is equivalent to, was it the 1 minute this guy won? Remember they had the rest of the episode of Raw where he had the match, and one of the matches that they lost like in a minute. Was it Kurt Angle? Kurt Angle lost the match or something like that?
I mean, you say that, and my mind automatically goes to Kofi Kingston getting absolutely dominated by Brock Lesnar in 15 seconds.
Yeah,
that's where my mind goes right to when you're talking about that.
Yeah, but
why is it doing that? I don't want that. All right, well, let's get into our top row takes, shall we? And top row takes are why is it doing this? Just give me a jeez Louise.
Kicking you out.
There we go. Top row takes are, we put 2 minutes on the clock, and they are our top 5 news stories in professional wrestling today. We give our thoughts about them. And kicking us off, we're going to start with Sheamus' WWE exit may reveal TKO's approach to veteran talent, where they don't see aging veterans as really, they're kind of taking the WWE, or not WWE, but NFL approach here, where they see aging veterans and stars maybe aren't worth it if they've lost a step, very injury prone, don't draw, or they're going to just let them go or ask them to take a pay cut. I gave my in-depth opinions on Sheamus and his release. So, Dom, go ahead and tell us, what's your thoughts on Sheamus walking away from WWE?
You know what? He should, because he did a lot. The unfortunate thing is that he may never become a freaking Grand Slam champion, because he still needs the Intercontinental Championship, and it's unfortunate that you're going to walk away with that. You see, and that's the thing. That should be able to be a draw right there. Have him the countdown trying to get this Intercontinental Championship. Give him the money, have him win, and then you figure out what to do with him later on. But I think the approach, it stinks, but I understand where they're coming from. They want young talent. They want young talent that's going to be exciting, that can draw. Hey, look, Sheamus draws. He draws crowds. He's a good champion. He's great on the mic. He has a good demeanor about himself. Unfortunately, injuries, slow you down. But that's the cost of many years of getting hit, jump, freaking body slammed, and freaking thrown to the wall, thrown off the top of the rafters. It's one of those things, and it's part of it. What is he, like 40? He's like 45 years old. How old is Sheamus now?
Yeah, I think he's in his 40s.
Yeah, he's in his 40s. But it's a shame, look, nobody wants to take a pay cut. In this day and age, pay cuts,
especially when you still feel like you can perform at the top of your cards. Yeah, Sheamus is 48. You still feel like you can perform. You still feel like you got it. You still feel like you can go. But, and I mean, when it comes to Sheamus, like, it's weird. It's a weird situation because he just announced in Chris Van Vliet back in the late part of 2024 that he signed a 5-year contract. So we're only 2 years into, or maybe a year and a half into that 5-year contract.
Do they want to pay cut that contract?
And, well, right, and it feels like they're going to avoid it because they could have easily added injury time onto that because he was out in injuries. But he removed all WWE stuff from his social media, and I believe WWE removed him and moved him to the alumni section, but they have not officially released him yet. He's not officially a free agent. No. He hasn't officially walked away. We don't know if he's going to have a non-compete. We don't know if WWE is just going to null and void his contract or what they're going to do with it. So, but yeah, 20 years of service, and his last match was, I mean, not that it was bad, but it was a match.
You went in and out, Matt.
Rio. What's that?
You went in and out. You were going in and out.
His last match was subsequently the same night as Cena's, where they had that triple threat match with him, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena. He's been seen since November of last year. So
you're sounding like Sticks now, going in and out.
I don't know what to do about that.
What's up, Eric?
What's up?
Also, another thing too. So here's your superstar that was asked for the pay cut when we were talking about the pay cuts and everybody was jumping. So basically, this was the superstar, if you really think about it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I thought it was for sure it was LA Knight. I think a lot of people, other people speculated it was LA Knight, but it was Sheamus.
Yeah. So,
Eric, what do you think about Sheamus walking away?
I mean, I hate it, but I understand it. He puts in great work, but just to take a pay cut, but there's also the fact that of his injury proneness as well, because he's been injured a lot recently.
Well, and like I said, it's like the NFL. What the NFL does. It's a business. They treat, they don't want to pay older players as much. Maybe you lost a step. They don't feel like you're worth it, that big payday anymore. And apparently with Sheamus's injuries and his age being up there, being 48, they just don't feel like he's got a lot of gas in the tank. He's on the backside of his career more than he is on the early side of his career. So why are you going to pay him millions of dollars to potentially get injured and sit on the shelf, and you're going to pay that
and it also
that contract while he's not performing for you?
Like I said, it sucks too. He'll never be a Grand Slam champion.
Never say never until he returns, or if he returns.
Yeah, I think he's going to go to AEW. I think some cryptic messages have been coming. It's like the whole thing with Bailey too, that Mercedes Moné has been shooting out some cryptic things about with Bailey and stuff like that. So there's going to be another release of multiple wrestlers coming up soon.
Probably after SummerSlam.
Yep, probably.
I don't know. You think they're going to do more WWE releases when they're talking about bringing all these guys in? You're talking about bringing in Baron Corbin. You're talking about bringing back Enzo and Cass. You're talking about bringing in Zilla Fatu. You're talking about bringing in the two dudes from Australia. You're talking about bringing in more people for NXT. Right now, I think there should be demotions to NXT instead of cuts.
But I'm going to tell you this. Think about it. The people from NXT, you get the max contract that are coming up. It's like the rookie contract. And you can have that for a while before you can negotiate the bigger contract. Everybody else, like Baron Corbin coming back, he's not getting the money that he probably had. They're giving him a contract, a mid-contract. Freaking Enzo and Cass are getting a mid-contract. They're not getting full contracts. It's in their contracts because they're not going to give these guys full. You're releasing good superstars to bring back these secondary guys that are, yes, Enzo was great on the mic. He had the crowd. The crowd was always cheering when he came out, and he is funny. But the whole fact is that, does he sell T-shirts? Does he put asses in seats?
Oh, I mean, they sell merch. They did. I don't know if their shtick will sell now. I think it'll be good for a month or two, and then people will get sick of it. And then nostalgia, you're going to ride that nostalgia wave,
I'm just going to bring back the soft T-shirts. That's pretty much it.
Soft. How you doing?
Remember he told if you freaking the Mrs. Wife, how you doing? I'll tell my wife how you doing.
But don't forget, he wasn't really liked in the locker room.
He wasn't.
Roman Reigns kicked him out of the locker, kicked him off a bus.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Hey,
how different Enzo is compared to the real one. You got to do something with Big Bill too, or Cass. You can't just have Cass come in to be a gimmick with him. So, you got to have something. Moving on, WWE is being accused of robbing the ball with Braun Breaker, specifically from an interesting source from Jonathan.
your mic is
yeah.
Your mic is so bad, Matt.
My mic is bad.
Yeah,
there we go.
You talking. That's better the way you're talking now, but it's in and out when you're talking.
All right, let me bump it up and get closer to it. Then let me adjust something here.
Yeah, when you came in closer, I started being better.
All right. So, Braun Breaker is being accused, or WWE is being accused by Jonathan Coachman of all people on his 2-count show that WWE has dropped the ball with Braun Breaker. Subsequently, I mean, I see it. They were trying to give him a big push, and then all of a sudden it seems like they got this shiny new toy in Obafemi. 2 minutes on the clock. Do you guys believe that WWE has dropped the ball on Braun Breaker?
Go ahead, Eric.
Storyline wise, yes, because they don't have a sense of direction with him, with this whole him with the vision. Granted, they got the tag team titles back, but it's still.
We know that they just did that because they're going to lose him to Enzo and Cass because they need to have him on a heel team and not a face team when those two come back.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
It's just to be honest, it's the same thing with Street Profits. It's like they're in an eternal void with each other. Like there's no gaining ground with it. And I don't think bringing in Maxine is going to help anything with the vision. But with Braun Breaker himself, I think the whole feud with Seth, especially with his injury, just kind of killed the momentum. That's it. Yeah,
that momentum was killed a long time ago when Seth got hurt. It took a long time for him to come back, and then when he came back, Breaker was out with that that injury. He had he was out for like 4 months, almost 5-6 months. So it kind of like never had that opportunity to kick off really good.
Mm-hmm.
Feud. So, hey, look, he's still going to be a Paul Heyman guy. He's still gonna. Paul Heyman is gonna. The vision, I think, is gonna be done. And I'm telling you that the whole thing was when Logan Paul comes back, Maxine Dupree is gonna be Maxine Dupree, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. I don't even think Austin Theory is gonna get released. I think that they're gonna keep those two together, and it's gonna be like another modern day friggin' maximum male model type of thing, like I put out there a long time ago that they're gonna have something similar, but not like that. It's going to be that they're going to change who they are. They're going to change their when they leave the vision and become something else.
But how much of WWE abandoning their push of Braun Breaker do you blame on Braun himself? Like, I really think that a lot of their abandoning ship is they have Obafemi who's out here performing, and they wanted to push Braun Breaker, but every time they push Braun Breaker, A, he lands on his head.
Yes.
B, he botches a move, or C, he hurts himself.
Yeah, that's
it's the same thing with LA Knight though. He does the same exact thing, but LA Knight still gets a pop.
LA Knight gets a pop, but he's getting no push. It's kind of the same thing with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is getting a pop, but he's getting no push. Braun Breaker was right there. He was fighting Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Like he fought CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. He was right there.
Yeah, I know.
In the championship scene, and now it's like he's been demoted down to the tag team titles with the Vision because they don't trust him. He's coming back from that hernia injury. He's dropping himself on his head. He dropped Punk on his head. Like he's just not. I feel like a lot of his push being downgraded is self-inflicted. You have nobody else to look at than Braun Breaker and what he's doing in the ring.
You do, but unfortunately, also the Vision as a whole was a disaster. injury after injury after injury after injury. You know, it kind of held it down. The storyline that he was being pushed in had to be on hold because this guy got hurt. Then the storylines pick it up again. All of a sudden, the other guy gets hurt. And then it was like a nonstop domino effect. Look, the best thing for the division now is to break up. But leave Braun Breaker as...
He should be solo. He should be solo, but unless you have somebody talking the mic for him.
Exactly. You could have Paul Heyman come back later on. I think once Paul Heyman's finished with Brock, the full attention will definitely be on Breaker. But as of right now, for storyline purposes and gold purposes, you keep him with the belt for the time being. You the tag team championships and have that for the time being. And you build it up later on. And then later on, you have him face-to-face over Femi. You have him face Gunther. You have those type of matches down the road when they get ready. Because right now the storylines are stale. There's a lot of stale storylines. So you're right. He is going to fight freaking Otis and freaking Cesaro. That's going to be the next guaranteed Saturday night event. You're going to have them fight them. That's going to be the match. Because you're going to have the Street Profits fighting them again at the SummerSlam. So
man, don't even get me started on Saturday night event. I feel so bad for anybody paying for a ticket to go to that at Madison Square Garden, where your headliner match is Danhausen versus Jaden McDonough.
Yeah, but you know what? You're gonna have
Oh, and don't forget Paige and Brie Bella versus Fatal Influence for the women's tag team championship. Yeah. Wonder who's winning that one, man. I
still think you're gonna get Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. And I told you that you're gonna get Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. And that's where Nick Aldis comes out and helps Cody Rhodes wins, beats Gunther. That's what Gunther freaking gets set up and finally has throws a match out for us.
Or they're going to do Sami versus Cody for a number one contendership match at Saturday Night Main Event.
No, you don't know. No, maybe they could do that. You know what? You definitely could do that if you want, but I doubt it. I don't think you're going to put Sami back in the whole picture again. Sami's going to become a crazy heel. Like, I don't think he's going to come here. I think that you're going to get Cody becoming the heel.
So, hear me out. Because I think this might main event, Saturday's main event, just being a triple threat for the number one contendership. Of course, SummerSlam being Zayn, Rhodes, and Gunther.
No, I think all signs are pointing to Gunther versus Nick Aldis at SummerSlam.
I know. That's what I'm saying. With the addition, Aldis helping out whoever, either Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes, that's going to set up the match for Gunther versus Aldis.
I don't think you need that, though, because Sami already has a case to be made for why he deserves a rematch. Cody deserves a rematch because he fairly won his number one contendership match against Jey Uso, and he didn't get to do that because of Gunther. Sami has claim to that because Sami was supposed to fight Cody, and Nick Aldis, who is a suspended GM who should not be setting matches or making matches, is the one who set up that CM Punk versus Sami Zayn match. So he's got claims to get himself into that triple threat without having to face Cody Rhodes for that number one contendership. And to be all honesty, Cody Rhodes shouldn't have to have another match for it because he won the right fair and square. He would automatically get.
Yeah.
True.
Hey, look, they can go many ways. They can freaking swerve us and freaking have something that you never expected. But the way things are going, you can probably expect it if you think about it. But back to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker definitely, I think he is definitely going to be not pushed the way he was in the beginning right now. I think they're going to let him see how he does in other situations. Once he gets better and he builds more confidence to behind the scenes, he'll definitely get his chances again down the road.
I think we just said it right there. Like, he's not getting a push. One, I'll be honest with you. Other than his size, I think his mic work sucks. I think his presentation sucks. I think he's boring. Like, he needs a real repackage, and he's not getting that in the Vision and Unbreakable Badass. It's a terrible shtick for him because clearly he's not, because he just fucking hurts himself constantly. So I think I think that's easy enough to explain why his push died. Between the injuries, his abilities in the ring, his lack of mic skills. Obafemi barely, he speaks English, but it's very, he's got a very thick accent, and he's out here with a good having good promos.
No, the accent he has is not his real accent.
It's not.
He talks right. That's just the accent he uses for his character.
His gimmick. Yeah, if you watch one of his Level Up interviews, you can hear his voice.
Dude, he talks regular. Like Kofi Kingston wasn't Jamaican.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know, but it was
Kofi Kingston had a terrible Jamaican accent.
I know. That was funny when CM Punk came back and goes, what happened to your Jamaican accent?
So I don't know. I'm not a Braun Breaker hater. I would just love to see him be repackaged. I think they're trying to package him too much like his dad and his uncle. They need to repackage him, give him something else, let him, kind of give him that Brock Lesnar treatment. Let Paul Heyman be his mouthpiece.
You know what?
And let the dude go.
Listen.
But when you have Obafemi who's coming out and can do everything you ask of him, why wouldn't you push Obafemi now over Brock?
I'll tell you this. You know what? You're gonna probably say you're crazy. Probably would tell me crazy anyway. Have him go back with Baron Corbin and make the they're freaking the dogs. Have that. In NXT, they were freaking great when they were.
I wouldn't be against that, honestly, because you got a dwindling tag division. So
exactly,
they also had good chemistry too.
Exactly, and it was fun. It was every week. They were exciting at NXT. So I wouldn't drop the idea of them doing that again on the main roster. Knowing that Baron Corbin's coming back, and then you have him, then you have Enzo and Cass, and you have freaking the Street Profits, and then you're gonna have whoever else is gonna be.
But they're gonna make him fucking Danhausen's puppet for the next 6 months, so he's gonna be Kornhausen. But all right, let's move on. Last night, AEW, we saw Kenny Omega winning the AEW Championship off of MJF at the AEW Beach Break, delivering one of the biggest moments of the year. The question here, though, is this kind of questionable timing heading into arguably AEW's biggest show of the year in All In and Wembley. Was now the right time to take the belt off of MJF and give it to Kenny Omega? Or do you think that they should have waited until All Out? Because they took this belt off of him just to try and get us Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay in Wembley. Not to mention, it just so happened to be 2 days after WWE pulled the trigger on putting the belt on CM Punk on a Monday Night Raw. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it was the right choice now to take that belt off MJF, or do you think they should have? And they did it like a week before they even have a pay-per-view.
You want it to make the excitement because we all want to see Kenny Omega fight Will Ospreay. That's been in the minds of everybody for the longest time. Can they stay healthy? They were both injured. They were both out for a long period of time. You're finally getting a pretty much healthy Kenny Omega, and you're finally getting a pretty much healthy Will Ospreay. Put it together. Hey, look, MJF doesn't need the belt to be the man in AEW. I think MJF is better chasing the belt than with the belt. And we said that with the wrestler.
He's a fantastic champion.
No, he's a fantastic champion, but I think that he's that type of guy where he could be great without the belt and be great with the belt.
So you say he's better with an edge?
Yeah. So, but I can see why they want to do this, the excitement, because we're finally getting them going head to head. And look, you take the belt off MJF 45 days. So you give the belt to Kenny Omega. Do you take it off Kenny Omega and give it to Ospreay?
Will Ospreay is winning this title at Wembley.
Yes.
Because then they're going to work towards the big match that everybody wants. And other than this is Will Ospreay versus MJF for that title. So, yeah, they're definitely going to have Will Ospreay take that belt off Kenny Omega. And it's going to be with Jon Moxley's help.
Probably.
Because they're trying to get him in the Death Riders.
Yeah, that exactly. You're right.
I feel like it was, it was definitely a response to WWE taking the belt off of MJF and putting it on Kenny Omega. of all people, a week before you have a pay-per-view, because I believe they have a pay-per-view coming up next week. You could have done it there, or 2 weeks or something like that. They could have done it there. I don't know why you do it now. I don't know where that leads, but I mean, all signs point to Will Ospreay in Wembley for that title. And, you know, I'm not surprised that AEW did it. I wouldn't have done it yet, but I wasn't surprised. Kenny looked bad in that match. Like, he looks like a shell of himself. And I'm sure that diverticulitis that he had or whatever has something to do with it, but he just doesn't look like the Kenny Omega of old. So who knows how many more years of Kenny Omega we have. So I guess he's going to pull that trigger on Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay now while he can still go, instead of waiting down the line. And
I actually thought the match was pretty damn good. I think it was one of the best matches of the year.
I also want to do a quick correction. So it is Redemption on July 26th, so 2 weeks from Saturday.
Okay, yeah. 2 weeks then. I knew they had a pay-per-view coming up. So, but why? I mean, still, why not wait till then to take that belt off MJF and do MJF versus Kenny Omega? Why do it on some random Dynamite?
Because it built
the same week that CM Punk, who you have issue with, wins the WWE Championship.
But you see, and that's the thing. It's all part of freaking viewership, and freaking goddamn coming on top of the better brand.
It's the Monday Night Wars all over again.
Yeah.
Nah, there ain't no war here, my friends. Because AEW's program would have to not be atrocious as well for there to be a war. You can't just swap champions and have it be an interesting war. Like there's nothing there between.
You still don't think that AEW is a better brand than WWE right now? WWE, all these shit matches and the shows suck. SmackDown stinks.
So what's the difference between AEW? Because AEW Dynamite, yeah, dude, AEW showed it. They put in an incredible show, one like a can't miss show. You know, all intents and purposes, a 5-star show, a pay-per-view, and then they turn around and drop a fucking hot dog shit on your lawn on Dynamite.
I know.
And they've done that a couple times where they've put on a really good pay-per-view, a really good product.
You're paying for it.
And their weekly
TV
is dog shit.
And the other shit is just regular basic TV.
It doesn't matter. Your basic TV is what gets you from pay-per-view to pay-per-view. So
I know it does, but you know what?
In your basic TV, nobody's going to give a shit about your pay-per-view match. So why are you going to drop a hot dog turd on a lawn on a hot summer's day on Dynamite and then hope that people turn around and buy in for your $35 pay-per-view buy if you're a HBO Max subscriber?
But you know what? Listen, that's inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. You know, it's just the way the things are. But look, you don't think that the storylines are better in AEW right now than WWE?
What storylines?
You don't think they have storylines?
Not really. I mean, outside of the Death Riders and Will Ospreay, and now kind of throwing Kenny Omega in that to build to that, I feel like AEW is professional wrestling. They're all about the matches. They don't really necessarily focus on the storylines as much as WWE does. You get random matches. Like, why? We have a battle royale on Dynamite last night for the number one contenderships for the AEW Women's Championship. You got Mercedes Moné sitting out there with her little belt after winning the Owen.
Yeah.
And you got Tekla out there. Like, it's like whatever, man. You got people like Willow Nightingale. Okay. I don't know. I liked last night's Dynamite for what it was. That gauntlet match with the women was fucking atrocious. But Kenny Omega versus MJF was a great match, but I feel like that's the credit to both these guys. Like, they're going to go out. MJF could go out there and have a 5-star match with a wet paper bag. And Heyday Kenny Omega, New Japan, could do the same thing. Maybe, I don't know about Kenny Omega AEW because he feels like he's kind of lost his step with that, like I said, with that I can't even pronounce it now, diverticulitis, and he's lost like half of his intestines, but it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't fit the same. Even when he was with Don Callis, even when he tried to use the cleaner gimmick, it didn't get the same as AEW as it did.
Awesome. So I want to interject one question real quick before we go into the next one. What are you guys' opinion of WWE trying to go back to doing the same pay-per-views as AEW? Because last time it was Great American Bash with Forbidden Door. Then up next it's going to be AEW and NXT Heatwave going up against All In August 30th.
Dude, that's not even a competition. I don't even know if you can compare that. AEW's pay-per-view should blow an NXT pay-per-view out of the water.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be on regular TV, so they don't have to really have to pay for it.
And still, I mean, NXT sucks. I'll just throw it out. NXT sucks right now. Their roster sucks. I have no investment in NXT right now. Zero. I don't care about Naraku. I don't care about a Mandisi Mason Rook walking around until they get that man out of a singlet and put him in some actual like wrestling tights or something. I don't care. So,
Dom,
I don't know, man. My thing is, it's just a lot of the players and characters that come in the fold, like Rook, like he's talking about Rook. Like, I don't think he's going to become like a huge superstar. They're trying to push him. They're trying to make him.
They haven't really pushed him at all because he's been taking L's.
I know he's been taking a lot of L's, man. And when you take a lot of L's in NXT, it's like, I love Jada Parker. Jada Parker's another one.
Yeah.
Is she ever going to come to the main roster and be something unless she does? If this thing with Natty and stuff like that helps build her character better, she might need a reset, a change, another reset of who she is, and a boot. And do
you want her to come to the main roster now? Because I kind of worried that if she comes to the main roster now, she's going to get labeled with, oh, well, the only reason she's here is because she's dating Jey Uso.
Yep. And because of the divorce now and all the stuff like that, that they actually, you see what happened. Because she had to shut off her accounts, and freaking Jay came out and saying that, don't
leave her alone. Yeah.
But
right as he's sitting there going, she's taking half my stuff, Oos.
But I don't know, man. It's just like I said. I'm afraid of what's to come. Like later on, like you get the wrestlers that are hot and they bring them up to the main roster. They get lost in the shuffle.
It's happened a lot.
Yeah, it's happening a lot too. And that's the thing. It's it's like you're great in the minors, but when you come up to the majors, kind of like they don't know what to do with you. Like my whole thing is that this is my problem when it comes to overall the wrestling overall. If you're on the main roster, you're in the back. Like I keep bringing up the Attitude Era, and I know Matt gets sick of the Attitude Era when I keep mentioning it, but they utilized every person that was on the roster and gave them something to do
on a 2-hour show.
Most of the Mishap characters were all combined in the Ministry of Darkness, the corporate ministry, and you had that huge friggin' thing, and they were in there, but they found ways of using people. Like day in and day out, this whole thing with not being on television for weeks and months, and it gets old fast. It's like, come on, man.
But that's the thing. With the Attitude Era, they're oversaturated with factions, so.
Yeah. And it's true.
Well, and like I said to kick off the show, the Attitude Era was interesting because their mid-card title scene was much stronger. All their titles were strong. They had a strong tag team division. They had a strong mid-card. They had a strong main event scene. It was all fire against all cylinders. You don't have that now. And I don't know. I don't know if, honestly, if I was Tony Khan and I was running AEW, I would look at it like WWE doesn't take you seriously because they are counter-programming you with essentially their developmental stuff, their third brand on what?
My wife just said, big fish, small pond. Hey.
Yeah. They're trying to counter program your third brand, and it's like WWE doesn't even care. I don't know. I don't
see, and that's why. Look, you know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is that
I mean, I'm not gonna pay $30, $35 for an AEW pay-per-view. I'll watch, NXT for free all day if I want to watch professional wrestling that day. If I have to choose between the two, I'm either gonna try and find someone streaming an AEW pay-per-view, or I'm gonna watch NXT. And most of the time, I choose neither.
But you know what? Like I'm not gonna look. The day of the $10 a month friggin' WWE network is out the window. We're not going to see anything like that ever again. It's just, my thing is that something's got to give. Like, look, I understand. Every company's got to make money, but does every company have to have freaking different, all these different, all these channels? It's like, how many channels do you need if you want to watch? This should be the one professional wrestling channel you can get everything on.
Instead of Netflix, CW, USA Network, TNT, TBS,
Peacock.
Now you got HBO Max and their own AEW network, and
AMC.
What about you, Eric? What do you think about it?
I think it's not going to move any numbers since people are dedicated on what they want to watch, to be honest. There are more AEW fans than NXT fans, just straight out. I'm not going to argue that. I know there are times when people might click off to see what's going on, but in the end, they're just going to go back to watching what they want to watch.
But that's the problem, too, is that NXT's in a rebuilding phase. They don't have any big name stars. There's not really anybody there that's worth watching. So what's to deter you other than it being free on free TV to click off of AEW if you're paying for it to go watch NXT? Like, what really is exciting going on in NXT right now? And don't tell me it's Naraku and the Don, because that ain't it.
No. To be honest, I've just been mostly focusing either on Dark State and Shake on Sugar's beef and Keanu Carver, because he can go through people, but I'm just, like I said, I'm pissed off that they kept feeding the EK Prosper, even though he could have won very cleanly and squashed them.
I hate Dark State. I hate Dark State. Give me the Temu fucking Shield, man.
Hey, speaking about Shield, you see what happened? They just released a new Shield merchandise. WWE. With Shield, they're coming out with shirts, new Shield shirts.
Interesting. Retro or what?
Got to capitalize that Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns stuff, right?
Well, I'll tell you this. I have something in Dirty Dog Sheets that we'll talk about later on, but it's just like, oh, yep.
Moving on. With CM Punk winning the WWE title on Monday night, do we think it's finally time for Cody Rhodes to go heel? Because you can't have two faces on one show. You can't have two top faces in the company vying for the WWE title. Is it finally time for Cody Rhodes to fully go American Nightmare and go heel? 2 minutes on the clock. Go.
You know what? He should.
He should. Homelander.
Homelander, exactly. Homelander, not fully heel, but Homelander. Questionable. Just somebody that just will do anything he has to get on top, but at the same time, it still has the pride and will help the next guy. But the whole fact is that you have somebody that he a little bit edgier. You need him to be edgier, not total heel. You need the heel. Like, I think Sami Zayn will definitely be heel down the road. Stuff you have Gunther, he's the ultimate heel. But I think Cody Rhodes more of a anti-hero type of thing, where he's like Stone Cold. Stone Cold didn't give a shit about anybody. He would go in the ring and freaking goddamn stun everybody. Good guys, bad guys, didn't care what it was. That's what he has to be. Something like that.
I think it's you go full heel with Cody. You got to do something to make Cody interesting. Keep him away from the title picture right now. Have him go full heel and just take everybody out, keep everybody down. He's already faced with heel tendencies. Steer into what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Steer into the skid, man. Go full heel. Sammy does hate H2O bottles, yes. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, because babyface Cody Rhodes is boring as hell. After his experience of like the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, since he finished the story, he's been like not interesting anymore. And I'm a Cody Rhodes fan.
He definitely needs to change up the persona. I wouldn't say gimmick, but change up the persona.
Hey Eric, let me ask you a question. When he was heel in AEW, did you like that, Cody?
You know what? Bullet Club Cody is the heel I want to see. New Japan heel Cody is the Cody I want to see.
No, AEW Cody just felt forced to me. That's it.
Not the vanity Cody. You
mean Dashing Cody Rhodes?
I don't want to see Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Dashing Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Put a bag on everybody's head. Just like I said, he just needs more of an edge. Just plain babyface, it's gotten stale. I just need something to change. But he's WWE's golden boy, QB number 1.
Yeah, but now you got him and Punk on the same show. You're not going to have your two top baby faces on the same show.
I don't think Punk's a babyface.
He's not.
Punk's not a babyface.
He's not a heel either.
He's a tweener.
He's a tweener.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So that's good enough. You can keep Cody as a babyface. Sami Zayn, you can turn heel. You have Gunther, who's freaking one of the biggest heels. You can still have him as a babyface with
just questionable
attention.
Unless Sammy kind of fully commits to the last real good guy and actually forces himself to be babyface, but with heel tendencies. That's all I can think of it.
And put the Nightmare as the leader of the Judgment Day. Get out of here, Sticks. I'm going to put you in timeout, Sticks.
Yeah, put him in timeout because that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Oh, I didn't mean to ban him.
Damn.
Damn, Sticks Boy was banned?
I didn't mean to ban him.
Right off the hammer.
Damn, Sticks.
I didn't mean to drop the hammer on you, Sticks. My bad. I just had to put you in timeout.
The comments were removed. Damn.
They're going to remove it if it got timed out too, so.
Huh?
They're going to get removed even if it got timed out too, so.
Got you good, you fucker.
Tell Sticks I'm sorry.
Be at work and not here. Yeah. Sorry, Sticks.
Sorry, Sticks.
Sorry, you can't comment anymore, Sticks.
Right there.
I am the curse. I'll get you. I'll bring you back, Sticks. I'll unban you. I didn't mean to ban you. I just wanted to put him in timeout.
No, but I like when he was doing when he was possessed in AEW, and he was talking about the WWE in AEW, talking about making the comments, with the Young Bucks. That's
the kind of Cody you want.
Yeah. What about if he puts a little black in his blonde hair and like little black streaks?
He just got a little streak.
A little streak of black, yeah, right?
He's got a little snail trail in that.
Why does Cody Rhodes look like if you look at him, the haircut and his ears look pointy? Why does he look like a Falcon from Star Trek?
A Vulcan.
Look at his face. Let's stare at the picture for a minute.
Oh, I
think it's just a bad angle. I think it's just a bad angle.
Just look at that.
I'm
Those damn bangs. Those damn bangs.
I don't know. I think it's time. Make him go heel. It's
been long overdue.
Yeah. He's stale. He's stale as a fucking cracker. Damn. He's stale as a saltine cracker right now as a heel or as a baby face. So it's time to put him.
Especially for Cody. Could use other derogatory terms.
I'm not using derogatory terms.
Just call him a cracker.
Yeah, you could exactly. I was about to say that. Damn, man. Damn with the words, man. Damn.
I said he's stale as a cracker. I didn't call him a cracker.
You call him a cracker, dude.
I guess I shouldn't speak about Raheem like that, huh?
Exactly.
Can't talk about Raheem like that.
You can't.
But that's just where I'm at with Cody Rhodes. I think you commit, go full heel, let him go, let him work. That's what needs to be done. All right. Back to the AEW versus WWE question that Eric so eloquently
I did not even know.
Which world title picture is stronger right now? AEW's world title picture or WWE's world title picture?
Well, WWE is more story based. AEW is just who can put on the best matches.
Yep.
It's so like title picture. So like all your players, like your Roman Reigns, your Seth Rollins, your CM Punk, your Cody Rhodes, your Sami Zayn. You have all those main players, and then you have, AEW with MJF, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Andrade, Darby Allin. Like, who do you think has the stronger main event picture?
Well, the way things going, Roman Reigns, he comes out when he wants to come out, and he doesn't show up in all the shows, this and that. And when he gets a pop every time he comes out.
He's a ticket seller, man.
He's a ticket seller. CM Punk has a big following being champion. Hey, Cody Rhodes being champion, even though he still gets a pop. If they put the belt at LA Knight, he'll get a huge pop. He gets a huge pop without the belt.
I don't know how much interest there is on putting anything on LA Knight right now.
I don't know, man. I say he deserves it, man. Come on,
man. He deserves. Do we really want to talk about deserves anymore, though?
I don't know. And listen, after the 9-day reign of a champion, Sami Zayn, who's left that hasn't gotten the belt that needs to get the belt to finish their story?
I don't know. I don't want to see 9-day reigns. Like, I get why they did the Sami thing, but at the same time, like, we don't need to make this a routine thing here.
You don't know. The WWE has a habit of doing that.
You're right, they do, but I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I think AEW might have a more exciting world title picture right now. Like, AEW is giving you stuff that unless you've seen in New Japan, you're not used to. Like, how many times have we seen Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay in the States? MJF versus Darby Allin. MJF puts on banger matches. MJF versus Kenny Omega. MJF versus Will Ospreay. MJF versus Andrade. Like, I'm more inclined to be excited by AEW's world title picture right now than WWE, because WWE just feels like regurgitated dog shit. I don't need to keep seeing the same matches over and over again. I don't need to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns again. I don't care if Roman's never beat him on the big stage or whatever. I don't care. Like, is that wrong that I don't care?
No, you're. And listen, I believe 100%. You probably are right when it comes to AEW. The thing is that with AEW, you watching it. When you watch WWE, it's the stars that you really grew with and you watched and transformed to where they are today. AEW, it's you watch it and it's great, but the interest is more in the WWE than AEW. When you watch another wrestling publication, the WWE always has that mystique about it where you watch it. That's where you feel your best. You sit home, you watch that show. AEW, I watched it from the beginning when they first when AEW first started. Yeah, it had some interesting things, but it's just
They had no direction when they first
exactly.
started off.
And watching WWE all my life, you feel comfortable. It's like the comfortable couch when you come home and sit down after a hard day work. You sit down, you watch WWE, and that's your home. You may not like the direction, the way things are going, but you're always going back to that. AEW, yes, they probably got the most exciting matches. They put on banger performances, And I watched the Darby Allin. I watched the freaking the Kenny Omega match. They are exciting, but it's hard to invest in some of these matches. AEW is just, I'm so used to the WWE. When you watch something else, it really doesn't resonate. Like TNA, I've watched TNA numerous times, and even before what's going on now, before that, I watched it. Like I said, I watched AEW from the beginning when they first started. And it still didn't grab me. But you're right, the performances are probably more banger than the WWE right now. But WWE, the star, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, for what it's worth, those names just are more
Anonymous.
Exactly, more anonymous, and you feel more of a connection. You have more of a connection with those characters than AEW and the other publications of wrestling. In my eyes, but yes, because of the recycling of the championship belts going to the same guy, going back and forth, AEW is refreshing because it puts on matches, it puts belts on new people that you've never seen before. But I do agree with you that the excitement with AEW is growing with the championship picture.
Like you said, it's. I don't get pissed because they don't give other people a chance at WWE. But when it comes to AEW, they have more championship belts. They have more opportunities for
Exactly.
Championship matches. Like I said, they have great wrestlers. It's just WWE is more for storytellers, AEW more action. And they kind of divert at that, which kind of sucks because it can be great at both, but you just don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. They don't care. They just want to keep giving us the same regurgitated bullshit. Some say they have too many belts. WWE has too many belts now too.
Not as much as AEW.
No, AEW's get the mid-card championship, the championship mid-card, the freaking international mid-card, the TV, the freaking goddamn the TB2 championship.
You got to give something for people like Hologram to do.
I know.
Or Bandito.
Dude, if everybody in the roster, they have enough belts to fill up everybody in the roster of AEW with the belts. It's
wrestling.
Nah, but the whole point is that familiarity of WWE is the go-to, but the excitement might be with AEW because the belt
that under 18 TNT belt.
But you see now because of a AAA and NXT and freaking goddamn TNA, all those belts, they have a lot more belts on WWE where people are carrying. But I think the partnership between TNA and
AAA
in freaking WWE is over with now, I think, because they haven't done anything with AAA people.
No, they're still doing stuff with that.
Not AAA. I'm talking about the TNA and WWE.
Yeah, TNA thing's done. Yeah.
I think that's done.
And AAA. But that's my point. Is I think right now, if I'm going pure championship and excitement and potential matches I want to see surrounding the world title and the players in the world title community, I'm going AEW all the way, man. Got to. Damian Price is on AAA now. Yeah, I know. We talked about that. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And versus Vikingo might be a good-ass match.
And too bad Vikingo's going to be out for a long time now.
Yeah.
He'll be
After
back.
knee surgery. But all right, that's all of our top rope takes there for this week. Now we're going to hand it over to the dirtiest player in the game, the man who's got his ear to the professional wrestling street. Hand it over to Dirty Dom for his Dirty Dom dirt sheets.
All right. One of the first stories is that Jeff Jarrett came out and said he could buy TNA. So he revealed on the Ariel Hinwadi show that he could be in the market to buy TNA if the opportunity came along. What do you think on that? What do you think about that?
I think it's funny the way he announced that, and a few days later he came out with Dark Side of the Ring with his episode.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's just true. Yeah.
I don't trust Jeff Jarrett at all, to be honest. He may have the money, but I just don't trust the way he's going to probably run it. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
I don't give a shit about Jeff Jarrett. If he's gonna try and him and Dixie Carter already kind of ran TNA into the shitter once, so I fully expect them to do it again. And I like TNA right now. They're trying. They're at least trying.
Yeah.
But their product is kind of hurting too, losing Mike Santana and everybody that WWE's poached. But I don't necessarily want to see a Jeff Jarrett owned TNA. Just go start a wrestling school like everybody else. You don't need to own a promotion. AJ, yeah, there you go. There you go, Brandon. AJ Styles should buy TNA.
AJ Styles, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He was a coach in NXT.
If anybody's going to be TNA, give it to Mr. TNA, right? And I'm not talking about tits and ass. That's Dom's favorite TNA.
Hey, the majority of people. All right, so we talked about this a little earlier about the AJ Styles' son. This is the CW news. Avery Styles is set to make his GCW debut on July 31st. So it says Avery Styles is heading to GCW. The 19-year-old son of AJ Styles will make his GCW debut with back-to-back shows. July 31st at Top Play in August 1st in Omana in August 1st, Rude Awakening in Minneapolis during the SummerSlam weekend in the same city. Both streams will be on Triller TV. The booking comes weeks after Styles won his pro debut in Georgia with his father in his corner. I don't know, what do you think about that?
I hope it works out for him, to be honest.
I know he looked good on his debut. When they showed I saw a couple of videos on his match.
On X, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's always great to see a son of a professional wrestler, or a daughter, a kid of a professional wrestler, following their father's footsteps and making names for themselves. Like all the third generation wrestlers we have, Randy Orton, The Rock, Cody Rhodes. Those names are synonymous with like third generation, their fathers being and grandfathers being in the business for so long.
Talks about that. Ava didn't really have many matches, only like what, 1 or 2 matches, and that was it.
Yeah. But like I said, I hope he does good. I hope he does. His father mentoring him and coaching him. He should be doing pretty good. He shouldn't any hiccups.
There's 3 things that worry me about AJ Styles' son, Avery Styles. 1, are people booking him because of his last name?
Yeah.
2, are people booking him because he's that good? And 3, are they booking him in hopes that his dad comes with him? So are you really booking Avery Styles in hopes that AJ will come along too and do something in your promotion, that's what I would worry about. Are you booking the kid for the right reasons because you actually believe that he is a good professional wrestler, or are you booking him just because his last name is Styles and hoping that his daddy comes in and puts on a little performance for you, a little song and dance?
Yo, one
Good
hand,
old jig.
The old jig, yeah. The old boot scoot. That's the stuff I worry about when it comes to Avery Styles.
Yeah.
But I hope the kid has a great career. I hope he.
I'm just saying, like the third generation wrestlers and second generation wrestlers are, pretty good. It all goes down to passion. If you're passionate enough to do what you want to do to be better and strive better than your dad, that's how you become bigger. If you day in and day out take the bumps and bruises, fall down and get back up again, and keep going to become the very best you. All right.
Brandon wants to know how you feel about Nick Aldis going to be wrestling again and might face Gunther at SummerSlam. Fantastic.
I think that's pretty cool. I like that.
A long time coming.
Yep. They talked about that since he came back, since he became the general manager of SmackDown. All right, WB news. Finn Balor confirms that the Demon versus the Fiend was in the works.
I believe it.
I feel like that didn't need to be confirmed. I feel like that was pretty much like
a staple. Yeah, it says Finn Balor confirmed on Insight with Chris Van Vliet that the Demon versus the Fiend was once planned, that it was certainly in the works. Bella said facing Bray Wyatt after Ego. He goes, I've been very lucky to have had almost a match that I ever wanted to have, but that's one that I didn't get. He added, and the other match nearly happened as well. We almost got Sister Abigail versus the Demon. Which
Sister Abigail?
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, but they're just gonna have Bray go out there and drag it.
I know, right? Yeah.
Could you imagine Bray's big hairy ass out there in a crop top, trying to be Sister Abigail?
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, boys.
Hey, boys.
Who's ready for a wrestling match? It's interesting. I'm sad we didn't get to see it, though, because I would have loved to see Bray Wyatt versus
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Yeah. All right, listen. I just want to tell all those wrestling fans out there, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's not going to happen, and it won't happen anytime soon. Freaking goddamn Jon Moxley is not coming back for SummerSlam. Stop it.
Jon Moxley's still
I want to hope.
I want to hope too, but the whole fact is it's not happening. So people are stating that Jon Moxley is coming back for SummerSlam to help Roman Reigns defeat Seth Rollins.
What if they're bringing back? What if they bring back Baron Corbin and now his new ring name is Jon Moxley?
He comes out with a wig.
Ron Doxley.
Ron Doxley. There you go.
No, but it's kind of funny though that they actually coming out. They have released merchandise, for the Shield, the head of Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. So you gotta release the Shield T-shirts.
Well, yeah, you gotta capitalize every fucking penny you can on that.
No,
match.
But it's kind of funny that they're doing that, But yeah, Jon Moxley has a contract up until at least the end of 2027, and should apparently, not for anything. I know that he didn't get. Did he get along with all two? Apparently, I think I read something that he didn't get along with either Roman or Seth. In like
I think it was Roman. I think it was Roman.
Roman, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing his thing in freaking AEW. If AEW ever played nice with WWE, have the crossovers. But that won't happen. But yes, maybe one day. You never know. You never know. Figuring things do happen. The Monday Night Wars with WCW, and before you knew it, WCW was snatched up by WWE and never to be used again. Half the stuff that they had in WCW. But yeah, John Moxley coming. You know, all these contracts, and you have new people going to AEW, and you have some contracts that are expiring, that are ending. You know, but unfortunately, John Moxley is not coming back. You know, maybe he comes back way after his contract expires.
I don't think he wants to come back, man.
I don't think he wants to come back either.
Do you want to come back after all that shit that happened to you and how they treated you and they booted your ass out of there? Like,
oh yeah, that. Yep. Hey, but look at CM Punk. Never come back to hell freaking freezes over. Came back.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
You know, so never. And you know, it's funny. All the wrestlers that should talk shit about WWE want to come back. Like WWE, for some reason, is the all go and go, because it's for some reason they you know, it's just one of those things where they want to come back there, no matter what. You know, and even with all the shit that is going on, people still want to come back to the brand. You know, it's like I said, something about the WWE, the mystique about it. You know, as bad as it gets, it's still the top of the heap for a lot of people to come back.
Well, yeah, it's always going to be the top of the mountain. It's the moneymaker. It's where the money's to be made.
Yeah.
Before AEW came along, there was nobody else paying you WWE money. So,
good decade or so.
Yeah, I mean that 100% makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, that's about the Dirty Dom sheets tonight. You know, that I found.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a whole lot of dirt sheet speculation out there. It's just kind of been a few weeks of the same regurgitated stuff.
Yep.
You just gotta wait till after SummerSlam.
Yeah, we'll find there'll be a lot of stories.
Having Roman hold the title to WrestleMania 43. Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked by that. Not even in like the littlest bit. Am I shocked by that? Fucking Roman. Quit giving us Roman. Get Roman off my TV. Get him out of here.
Roman Reigns.
Get him out. I don't need no more Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
That's all you had on the dirt sheets this week, my friend?
Yeah, nothing really much. Like, it's been a little quiet on the get-go. I was trying to find some other things, you know. The Sheamus thing I had there too, because we talked about Sheamus, so just really nothing. And I was going to say that when I brought it up, that Sheamus was the wrestler that they want the 50% pay cut from. You know, we said it before about that. So other than that, like I said, SummerSlam. That's SummerSlam. Yeah, SummerSlam. It's I did have okay. So let me see if I find it. I had something.
While you're looking on that, Jungle Boy Jack Perry's contract was just up, and the rumor is that WWE had no interest in him. Do you believe that they had no? They have Danhausen. You believe they had no interest in Jungle Boy Jack Perry?
You know why?
That they had no interest because of CM Punk.
Yes, that's the reason.
You think Punk is the driving force between them not doing business with Jungle Boy Jack Perry?
Oh yeah. You know,
that's sad because I think WWE crowds would have loved to do the
Yeah, too bad it's a copyright song though.
I mean, Cult of Personality is too.
Yeah, but CM Punk's paying for it though.
I think WWE's paying for it. They can pay for it for
but
Jungle Boy Jack Perry too.
So apparently there was a leaked list of the SummerSlam matches.
The main events, yeah. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Obafemi Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
What do you think opens? What do you think is going to be your two matches on ESPN proper at SummerSlam?
Oh shit. Once they announce more matches, I'll let you know.
Yeah, because they haven't the
Nick Aldis versus
Ooh.
Gunther will be an ESPN proper match.
yeah. Yo, if they start tonight, you might get the Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar match. Open it up.
No, that's main event. That's main event.
You sure?
Yeah, it's inside Hell in a Cell, man. It's going to be main event.
Yeah.
You're not going to start with Hell in a Cell. I think if you're going to get LA Knight and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos, that might be it.
Yep.
You could even have your Trick Williams Intercontinental Championship match there.
You have with Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints.
Yeah.
Yep. Triple threat.
But
you're gonna have Chad Gable versus
Penta.
Yeah, you could have that there. I think you'll have at least one title match in the first hour of ESPN.
Oh, so apparently Ruka versus Bailey versus Lyra versus Becky. A Fatal 4.
That's
no.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
I know, but that was one of the freaking things of the reveal.
Sol Ruka versus Becky versus Bailey versus Lyra.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna definitely get Bailey versus Lyra, so that might be ESPN proper.
No, that actually might be
Saturday night's main event. Yeah.
Saturday night main event, you have them fight.
You think it'll be Saturday main event?
Yeah.
Saturday main event. Like I said, dude, Saturday main event right now is a dog shit show, and it's a week away.
Yeah.
See what happens when they announce matches for the next 3 weeks, next 3 shows.
Danhausen.
Yeah, your headliner's Danhausen versus JD McDonough.
Yeah. He's gonna grind all over Danhausen.
Nah, no way. Danhausen's winning that match. He's gonna get help from
Matt
Cardona. Enzo.
Matt Cardona is gonna help him. Freaking Zack Ryder. He's gonna come out as Zack Ryder.
It's gonna be Bryson.
Are people stupid? I really think people are stupid.
What brought your attention this time?
There's a post on X from someone named the Wrestling Purist that reposted Mike Santana. Made a Twitter post that just says 7:15, and everyone's like, Mike Santana coming to WWE on July 15th. July 15th is a fucking Wednesday. Why would he come and debut in WWE on a Wednesday, a night they don't even have a show?
Well, technically they do. It's called Evolve.
Yep. Yeah. True.
Get out of here. Isn't Evolve pre-taped and isn't it on Tubi?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Oh boy.
Booty cheeks. All right. Let's get into our 3 count. This is where we go over our shows and we give our best moment, worst moment, and what are they thinking moment of the night for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and by God, AEW Dynamite when it doesn't suck a donkey dick. And kicking us off, we're going to start with Friday Night SmackDown, which was pre-taped last week, and everybody spoiled on Tuesday. So what was your review and thoughts of Friday Night SmackDown last week? Dominic, go.
I thought the highlight of the night was the best moment, Cody beating Jay, which we knew that was going to happen because it was pre-taped and it was shown. Someone taped it to let us know. Actually, you know what? The most exciting match was the Triple H Cruiser fight, Rey Fenix.
Yeah.
Yes, Rey Fenix versus Kingo.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good match. The most boring match was the freaking goddamn last freaking Langley Reed freaking destroyed Brie Bella. Why? You see, this is my thing. I know you have single matches, but nobody really cares about the women's championship right now. You know, pay a freaking
the tag team championships
is the only thing right now that when Brie comes back, not Brie,
Nikki.
Nikki. When Nikki comes back, she's out.
Nikki, want to give you a hickey Bella?
Yeah. So, but I did like, I did like the fact that you had a couple of things that are heading more of a clearer picture of going into SummerSlam. But you know what's funny? They're not even talking about the Saturday Night Main Event. They're talking about SummerSlam. Because Saturday Night Main Event is a joke.
Yeah.
You have your matches. Those are the matches that are probably not going to make the card. So majority of them to SummerSlam.
What's funny is that they're showcasing more for advertising more for Sunday night's main event than Saturday night's main event, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, Sunday night, exactly. But it was cool, like I said, the Cody Rhodes defeating Jey Uso was
Cody Rhodes.
The 6-woman tag team, Jay Cargill and Meechin and B-Fab against friggin' Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green. I'm telling you, Chelsea Green is going to betray friggin' Tiffany Town because she wants that belt.
Let her build her friendship first.
Exactly.
What were they thinking of the night is how are you going to have SmackDown be 2 hours and devote 2 whole segments to something that happened on Monday at Raw?
True.
My worst moment of the night is you have a 2-hour SmackDown and you only have 4 matches. And out of the 4 matches, only one of them was worth watching. The other ones are Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab. Then you're getting your exciting match of the night, Rey Fenix and Vikingo.
Vikingo was good. That was good.
There. Then you get Brie Bella versus Laney Reed. Oh my God, get me my pillow. And I like Brie Bella. I like the Bella twins, but just nothing there, man. And then you get the number 1 contenders match, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso match. Nobody fucking wanted to see. And the fact that you knew the outcome of it already, and it was Cody versus Jey, the 2 losers, a loser in the championship and a loser in the King of the Ring in a match for the number 1 contendership for the WWE Championship. No thanks.
But I hate the fact they detoured that story. Roman Reigns didn't freaking goddamn lash out at Jey for losing against Obafemi. He tapped. He didn't come out. He tapped and had that story. Like they totally dropped that because of Obafemi taking the match with Brock Lesnar. And
I agree with Brandon here that they need to do something with Rhea. I think the fact that they haven't stripped her yet says that she's going to be good to go. But they need to do something with that title, something with Rhea right now.
Just vacate it. Because nobody's even bring it up at all, which is kind of hilarious.
Out of sight, out of mind, right? She could be like Liv Morgan, where everyone's sitting there screaming, like, why aren't you defending your title?
True.
And her first title defense is going to be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Her first televised, because she did defend it at a house show overseas. But
I'm not arguing with non-canonical events.
Isn't that right? If it wasn't written in the book, it's not the real thing.
What about you, Eric?
Best moment, well, I think we're all agree with the El Hijo del Vikingo versus Rey Fenix. Worse, the 6-women tag team match. What were they thinking? I would say just the Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes promo. Because that was just a bunch of talking that left to like nowhere whatsoever.
But he's got to get in there to say lemon pepper steppers.
Lemon pepper steppers. They brought out old times from NXT.
Which is good and all, but still, they need something important. Just, hey, we have history. Give me a title shot.
Yeah.
You got dissed. You ate beef. Give me a title shot.
I like how people just make their own title shots.
That's how we roll around here now, right?
Has title shot?
Yeah. It's like Oprah Winfrey. He owns a title shot. You give him a title shot. Give him a title shot.
We got best moment was Sami Zayn celebration. Eric's like having a stroke over there. The best moment was the Sami Zayn celebration. Worst moment was 6-woman tag team match. What were they thinking moment of the night? What are we doing with Rhea Ripley's situation? He said you could do Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill or Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss or somebody versus Rhea for the title at SummerSlam. I don't know. That's if Rhea's even going to make it. They might vacate that title and do a battle royale for it at SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe CM Punk will win that title at SummerSlam too. Who knows? Right? Maybe they'll put that title on Sami Zayn. Who knows what they're going to do with that title? Maybe they'll just give it to Bayley. Who knows?
Who knows?
But all right, that's it for SmackDown. Now we head on into Monday Night Raw. We'll start with Eric. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking moment of the night for a Monday Night Raw?
I'm going to combine worst moment and what were they thinking to the Vision losing the title or winning the titles.
I'm telling you, the Vision winning the title is so that way they can have a face tag team and Enzo and Cass show up and take those belts off of the heel team. And
they have so much time to do that. Why do it just after the second title defense?
The other thing, too, is that I believe Bianca Belair is set to give birth any day now. Yeah. And Angelo Dawkins' wife is also set to give birth next month. So they might be just getting ready to take the Street Profits off TV altogether after just bringing it back to TV.
Yep.
True. It still upset me, though. I'm not going to front.
Right. But I'm just telling you, and you won't be upset when you hear, my name is Enzo Amore. I am a certified cheat and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this here's Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest champs in the room. How you doing?
How you doing?
That's what's going to happen right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Best moment was LA Knight's promo against Seth Rollins.
Oh, my God. He saved that dog shit promo. Seth, I don't know what Seth was doing with that. I don't know who wrote that promo for Seth, but that was terrible.
Yo, I love it. Come on, little brother. Come on, brother. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's get the same haircut, same beard. Let's do that. Let's do it. Brother. Keep it pile of garbage.
LA Knight, man.
He needs to get a championship, man. Come on.
Dom, best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking moment of the night?
Well, listen. The best moment was CM Punk winning because we all know that that was already projected. We all knew that. That was the most handed to you freaking surprise that you knew already was going to happen.
Appearing like a toddler coming out of the bathroom telling you they need you to wipe their butt.
Yes.
I threw up.
Yeah.
The other good moment was LA Knight, the LA Knight promo. Like LA Knight doesn't get a lot of a lot of good things about his promos, but he actually he has some good fire promos when he gets going. What are they thinking? Like the Vision getting the belts back and kind of falling back into good grace with Paul Heyman.
They're in good graces with him still.
Yeah, exactly. He's still it's still like a little shady. And then, you know what? I actually like Maxine Dupree turning heel. You know, like I said, I like when sometimes they make the females a little bit better. They get to be a little bit more like nasty, and you know the type of outfit she was wearing, which was a good like badass girl. I like that. You know, but other than that, you know the whole you know the like I said, the Soruka. You know, Raquel is never going to win anything, man. Like she tries for everything. There's always people interfering. Io Sky coming out. You know, Stephanie Vakir is coming back. She's coming back eventually, and I think she's coming back for SummerSlam. You know, and she actually may come back on Monday night. Who knows? Maybe that's a surprise to come back on a Monday night. But I don't think Io Sky's winning the belt. Io, she's not winning it.
There's going to be too much interference.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, that whole thing, but I want Raquel to friggin' finally turn on Liv. That's what you want. That's the story you want. Not Roxanne. Freaking Raquel for being screwed every time she comes out. That
And she was supposed to go out, you know, alone, not get any help. And guess what?
Exactly. That's been numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, listen, my boy Ethan Page, you know, he gets to be in the gauntlet match. Like I said, it's going to come. I think Saturday, you might get Saturday main event. You know, it's going to be this Monday coming up is going to be the gauntlet match that you get one fine winner fighting Penta, right? You're not going to have like a whole tournament, you know, trying to get for the belt. So I thought, like, let's put it this way. I know Chad Gable is definitely going to win.
Yep.
And he's going to finally get the championship belts that he wanted. He'll win that in SummerSlam.
For me, best moment of the night was CM Punk winning the title off Sami Zayn. I like Sami Zayn as champion, but there's just something about Punk being champion, and he looks absolutely jacked, like we said earlier. Absolutely.
He's impressed by his physique.
What were they thinking moment of the night is, like, that could go right along there, too, with worst moment of the night. Both of them. It's like, you were right there with the Judgment Day. Or not Judgment Day, with the Vision. You were right there to pull that trigger to break them up. Why are you going to put Maxine Dupree, of all people, someone that you admittedly stopped their solo run mid-run because she wasn't getting over and the fans didn't give two shits about her, and you stopped that solo run. Now you're going to try and put her in the Vision, a group that for all intents and purposes you should have pulled the trigger on and just broke up. Just called it a day. Called it a career. Let it go. Let Braun Breaker ride off into the sunset. Do his thing. But you're going to keep the Judgment Day around. Or not Judgment Day, but the Vision around. I don't get it. I just don't. But I would say that the LA Knight promo was good, but I can't give it best moment of the night only because he bailed CM Punk. Or not CM Punk. He bailed Seth Rollins out big time.
Very good.
Because Seth was lighting a stinker of a promo up at that point.
It was like generic as hell.
Super generic.
I want to add a honorable mention, which is Sammy's post-match video after he lost against CM.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Person.
Crash Out Sammy's the best Sammy, man.
Yep.
We don't need the last real good guy Sammy. We need Crash Out Sammy. No water bottle is safe.
Yep.
We also don't need conspiracy theory Sammy again either.
No, we don't.
Actually, you might need Sami Zayn when he was you ever see the videos like when he was young and he was on the calling people crackers? he goes that video keeps coming up all the time with Sami Zayn when he was younger. That was great.
Good old El Generico.
Yeah, you can have that.
Raw overall was an okay show this week, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Up next, we got NXT from Tuesday night. I did not partake in NXT. Eric, I'm sure you did.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on NXT?
So they had really good fatal four-way matches, both for the women's and the men's tag team. Women's North American fatal four-way #1 contendership match. I don't think the Nita Naraku promo, all in Japanese, is explaining for his actions because we already kind of know what it is. So that was just kind of a pointless break. What were they thinking? Yeah, I got nothing on that one. I don't know. It's just Natty. I don't know why Natty has to have a fucking faction of Carmen and Nikita.
I like it. I like her faction.
I know. Yeah, eventually, yeah. It's pretty good. Because I think that faction is going to come up when they come back up to the main roster. You're going to have all of them come up.
Well, Carmen's already pulling double duty though.
Why do you think? What do you think of Nikki Blackheart's new name?
Was it Reina Volca?
Valkan or something like that?
Yeah. I don't mind it. It just reminds me of a Tekken character, Reina. But that's it.
I have a feeling they're going to call up Lizzie Rain because apparently Lizzie Rain was working main event matches.
Yeah, she just had the main event just aired yesterday.
I have today. A feeling. I think she's going to be one of the names that might get called up to SmackDown when they do the call-ups after SummerSlam. I think it'll be her, Lola Vice, and maybe Kalani Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, Kalani's coming up soon. I know that for sure.
I don't think they're pulling up Parker anytime soon.
Well, Tatum Paxley's back in the picture, back in the storyline, so I don't think they're going to bring her up. They might have changed plans.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because they just now starting a feud with Reina and Tatum now, out of nowhere.
Miss Parker, clock that. Man, she cuts a good promo, but her promo does not.
You stop that. Stop tarnishing her name.
Hey, I'm not tarnishing her name, but being honest, she cuts a good promo, but her promo does not compute to her in-ring abilities.
Yeah.
Goddamn, how long has she been in NXT now?
3 years.
It's time to shit her get off the pot. Are you sure? I feel like it's been 4 years.
You go there. You go there and try to freaking get upgraded from NXT. You'll get degraded.
Guys, I know she was there during the 2.0 era. And that was after, 2023, 2022. Because it wasn't during COVID. I know that for damn sure.
Let's see. When did Jada Parker debut on NXT? I want to show up at Phoenix. Jada Parker, October 17th, 2023 is when she made her NXT debut. So she's been in NXT for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you already have people like Blake Monroe who are called up, and Blake Monroe hadn't even been there a year.
But she was at AEW.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill never went to NXT. You know what I'm saying?
You look at Stephanie and Julia. I mean, look at Sol Ruka. How long was Sol Ruka in NXT?
2 years.
I think Jada Parker comes to WWE, comes to the main roster. I think she's gonna shine and rock.
Yeah, that's given to her by Jey Uso.
Nah, I could see her tagging with somebody.
Well, I got a feeling that if she comes up, she won't even be with Jey Uso. She'll be in one of the shows. They're not gonna put her on the same show with Jey.
I just dude, it just feels like she got passed by. She got passed by Blake Monroe. She got passed by Jordan Grace. She got passed by Julia. She got passed by
where is Jordan Grace?
Main event.
Yeah, and I thought she was hurt, isn't she?
No, she was on main event.
Yeah, she's not hurt. They took off TV. They have no plans for it. That's the thing I'm telling you.
Yeah.
How do you have no plans for it?
Well, because you're gonna have Blake Monroe feuding with everybody. She just comes out and just starts calling out everybody, going after.
She just went after Julia.
Julia.
And she's freaking Julia freaking she both of them. See, heel and good guy. That's great. I like that.
I don't know. I just feel like it's time, especially with WWE's developmental stuff and how quickly they're doing turnaround. Jada has to get out of NXT, and if I really think that Natty is that litmus test, and if she can't get over with Natty and get called up by working with Natty, it's over. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Stick says, performance is key. Do some get more ready than others. Of course, plus favoritism can play a role in fan interest also. But she had she has the
crown in her hand.
She's got her little song, her little Myth Parker chants, and and she out here telling everybody clock that. The only thing I see getting clocked is her every time she's in a match. I want her to do good. I want her to perform.
I want her to get called.
I think she has an edge to her, but she reminds me of Michin. Remember when Michin kind of had that edge when she was in NXT?
Yep.
And then they changed her name to
yes. I need to be her manager.
Well, it was Mia Yim. Now,
well, she was Mia Yim, and then they changed her name to Michin. Yes.
Yeah.
And now it's Mia Yim, Michin, or Michin, Mia Yim.
That's right, Sticks. I'll be her manager.
Dom will just sit in the corner looking at that booty all day.
Back that up.
I still love that video that I sent you, Dom, of that dude at the NXT event when she climbs up on the ropes to get a tag and he like faints.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
when she gets her butt smacked.
That's the best. He's like, you still there. He's like,
oh. I think about you every time I see that.
You gotta put my face on the guy's face.
That's Dom right there.
That's Dom.
It's a thirst trap for Dom. I know I'm hard on her, but I think it's NXT is overall. NXT is clearly in a rebuilding phase. NXT has no real interest from me right now. I like Tony D'Angelo, but I don't really feel like he's got any good competition. I don't care about Naraku. I don't care about Mason Rook. Mason Rook's too busy going back and forth with Jim Cornette about whether he deserves to be in WWE or not, or if he's going to have any staying power.
Jim Cornette's really on him.
I mean, Cornette is just being vicious on him, but I don't see the allure of Mason Rook. He reminds me of a male version of Piper Niven.
Remember they put the Piper Niven picture comparing? They thought it was Piper Niven. Come on,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they had a picture. There. She was getting mad because they were sending videos. Goes that she went in the hospital and now she came back as Mason Rook. I'm like, God damn.
I don't know. I don't see the allure. That's just me though. Did you watch NXT, Dom?
Well, I saw the little bit of it. Like I saw the Jada Parker came out when Natty fought and stuff like that. I saw that, and then I also saw the North American title of number one contender. I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Clock that.
I got that. But other than that, I didn't watch the rest of the show. I don't know. You see, I just I should be sitting there watching it. Due for podcast and professional wrestling reasons and watching the shows, but it's hard to watch. Like NXT, when Stephanie Vakir and Julia were there, it was really thriving a lot. There was a lot going on. We would watch it because there was a lot going on there. Now it's like after all the call-ups and they relinquished the entire roster, and you have some people still in there, it's not the same. So, but that's about it with the NXT.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of NXT this week, so.
I'll catch some highlights.
Stick says Cornette calling him a human waterbed is a classic.
Oh, Jesus.
That's just fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
That is.
Then we can move on to a show I actually did watch this week, AEW Dynamite. And I only watched it because I actually stumbled upon it on HBO Max at a regular time. So I watched that, and I do have to say, did either of you watch Dynamite this week?
I was out and about.
Best moment of the night for me was the Kenny Omega versus MJF match. Worst moment of the night for me was having to sit through the AEW Women's Casino Gauntlet match. I felt like that match was just sloppy and just a giant clusterfuck of a match. And I don't really have a what were they thinking match of the night for that. I still kind of scratch my head in what were they thinking with they're trying to put Will Ospreay with Jon Moxley. It just doesn't seem like Ospreay needs that, but it is what it is. But it was overall an okay Dynamite. Can't complain too bad about Dynamite. So,
hey, what happened with the Hurt Locker? The Hurt Syndicate? They still there?
They haven't been on TV.
Yeah.
Not been on TV.
Well, okay.
You got a nice match between Tommaso Ciampa and Chris Jericho, though. That was an okay match too.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit of that too. I'm sorry, I saw that part. Yeah.
With Ciampa trying to pull out a power drill.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too, man. Like I told you before, with the interest, it's just. I don't know. Maybe I have to sit there and really watch a lot of these other wrestling productions.
Well, like I said, they're all coming to YouTube. Check out GCW. They're coming to YouTube. Oh, no, sorry, not GCW. House of Glory. They're coming to YouTube. MLW. Check out Triple A on YouTube. There's great professional wrestling out there if you want to look for it.
Especially on Saturday nights.
You don't have to stick around and just stay true to WWE or AEW or TNA or anything like that. You got great matches, great professional wrestling out there, so seek it out. But on that note, I think we've covered everything, unless you guys have any other topics you want to talk about tonight, any other things you want to bring up, last conversations you want to have before we call it a night?
All right, anything?
I'm good.
I'm good myself too.
All right, well, that'll do it for us this week on Off the Mat. We covered a lot. It was a great week of professional wrestling. We got 2 new world champions in 2 different promotions. We covered our 3 counts, our fast minutes, 30 down the sheets, everything we could do to fill you in on all the happenings around the world of professional wrestling this week. If you want more from Dom and Sticks, make sure to check them out tomorrow night over on Renovision for The Qualified. You can check out me, Dom, at 6 every Saturday night. You can check out Dom Sundays on the Star Wars show over on Renovision. You can check me out all week long here on my channel. You can come back to us next Thursday night for more Off the Mat goodness. And Eric, tell the people where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me on X, Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch, all at Firelord Sombra.
There you go. And then you can go talk professional wrestling with Eric if you want. So on that note, Dom, I think the bells are ringing. Take us out with some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Listen, wrestling, we're eating good as wrestling fans. There's a lot of production. Like, give other things a chance. Like, don't listen to what I say or anybody else says. You got to give other wrestling publications chances to watch. Maybe you might like it. Like, I'm biased because I like WWE, and I'll tell you that when it comes to like the shows and stuff like that. That, like I told you before, we were talking about. It's like sitting home on a comfortable couch, watching WWE. No matter how bad it gets or how good it gets, it's just that comfortable well-being. But give like AEW a chance, TNA a chance, AAA a chance, NXT. Watch some. There's more than just the one brand out there that you might find something you like. And just take it from there. Even though the freaking apps, the things were expensive, but find something that fits in your budget. YouTube. It's a lot of YouTube now, so just look that up, and you might like something else besides WWE.
Just don't be a mark.
Exactly.
My take is if you want someone to listen to about professional wrestling, it's this guy right here. Don't listen to this guy over here, because this guy over here would have had you believing that Sami Zayn was going to go into SummerSlam as the world champion. When this guy right here told you, that ain't happening.